Hey, Shalom. I want to start off by giving our praise to Yahweh Shibyan Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah, the alongside apostles slash elders, which are GMS and blessing and salutations to all you brothers out there, which are of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Blessed salutations and give double honor to our apostles, which are of GMS. This is a continuation of the Hebrew alphabet, and I'm gonna just push through it and try to get as many done, and then just really try to just get it all the way through. But today we're going to be dealing with the letter Cha. We deal with Abba, Gada, Hawa, Za, and now we're dealing with Cha. Okay, so and there's a site I used since I learned the ancient Hebrew. You'll see it in the pictograph or in post-production. But we're going to be reading from that, which I found this site a while ago, and it comes from the same book I've been using. So, I make sure and double check, but it's word for word the same as far as the information goes. So let's begin. This the letter Cha in the early Hebrew, it looks like a ladder. The middle Hebrew, it just takes off one line, so just two lines instead of three. The late Hebrew, it looks like a chair. But though it looks like a chair, it is synonymous with a wall, okay? In the modern Hebrew, it looks even more like a wall, or really like a doorway for a tent. But it's basically synonymous with the wall to the tent, okay? Lord willing, we'll show that in post-production. So let's get to the paragraph within itself. It says, the ancient pictograph is a picture of a tent wall. The meaning of this letter are outside, as the function of the wall is to protect the occupants from the elements. Half as the wall in the middle is the tent. Okay, divides the tent into the male and the female sections, as we went in the I believe it's in the ba. The ba looks like a coil, but it's actually showing the division of the tent. Okay. It says, as a wall in the middle of the tent divides the tent into the male and the female section, and secular as something that is outside. All right. The modern Hebrew name for this letter is they got ha'et, but it's cha, meaning a string. Okay, a very similar Hebrew word is ha'etz, or they got is cha, which means a wall, and it's most likely the original name for this letter. The sound of the letter in ancient and modern times is a guttural, which is two H's, as in the CH in the name Bach, which is basically Cha, the Cha sound. Okay, the early Semitic pictograph evolved from what the three into what is the two, look like a ladder with two ladders, three steps on a ladder, like two steps on a ladder. In the Middle Semitic script, by being rotated 90 degrees, the letters continue to evolve into which looks like a chair. In the late Semitic script, the Middle Semitic script is the origin of the Greek and Roman H. All right, because if I'm going to show you in Google Translate, if you were to type that letter in Google Translate, then it would give you the letter H. If you just type that alphabetic letter, the Hebrew alphabetic letter in. Okay, it says the late Semitic script became the modern Hebrew. The Middle Semitic form of this letter became the letter H. Okay, so all right. So in continuation of this this lesson here, we're gonna go into the word ta. They got tet, Okay, ancient name. That pictograph, it says a basket, meaning surround, contain, or mud, right? The sound it makes is the TH sound, which is not, is ta, okay? Abagada, hawaza, ha, ta, okay? It says the original pictograph for this letter is what you see as a zero, a circle with an X in it. It says a container made of wicker or clay. Containers were a very important item among the nomadic Hebrews. They were used for storing grains, tools, foods, housewares, and other items. Wicker baskets were used as nets for catching fish. The meaning of this letter are basket, contain, store, and clay. All right. The 22nd letter of the Hebrew alphabet is Tav, or with a T sound. It is unlikely that the original Hebrew had two letters. Uh, see here, and so like I said, it's Abba Gada Hawaza Ha Ta, not Tha. You know what I'm saying? Tha is actually the Tha is the actual last letter of the Hebrew. You know, slacking for stammering, but that would be the last letter. They're basically trying to jump around, but I'll show you guys in some pictographs where it shows you the progression and the connection between the Greek, modern day English, and the Hebrew. Okay, it says it is unlikely that the original Hebrew had two letters with the same sound, which is true. When the Greeks adopted the Hebrew alphabet, this letter became the Greek theta. um, it is likely that the original sound for the letter was a tha, as adopted by the Greeks. The modern Hebrew name for this letter is tet, which is true. You know what I'm saying? As far as the ta and the tha, it is the proper is ta, not tha. All right, because there is a Hebrew letter word for tha and a pictograph letter for tha. All right. It says, but probably originally pronounced thought, that, which means mud or clay, materials used to make baskets. The early Semitic letter remained unchanged into Middle Semitic script, but became, which looks like a chair. Once again, the late Semitic script letter became the circle with a line going through, which is theta in the Greek alphabet. In the modern Hebrew, it's like a circle or our number 6. Now, what was interesting to me is that it's a 6. You know what I'm saying? This is the tie is a numerical letter for 6. Now, when I look and did some digging, and like when I search these words and do a little digging, sometimes it pops up like this and sometimes it doesn't. If you look at the word tayach, okay, I believe it's tayah, on slakatawa. It says from the word tawach, meaning spin, as in to knot around, usually symbolized by a basket or a snake, which is always want to tie itself into knots. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to bring that out, just the connection with that word tie, and it being synonymous with the letter 6, and 6 being synonymous with a snake. You know, so I thought that was some vital piece of information. As you know, Satan was a serpent, or that man was a serpent that beguiled Eve, and basically Eve and Adam and Eve, and it was meant to crawl in his belly in the dust and things like that. You know, so I just wanted to bring that out, and it seemed like a nice little connection, so to speak. So I hope you brothers are edified, and we'll give all praise to Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, Bashir Karkadash, Barakatah, double the honors apostles / elders, and blessed salutation to you brothers out there teaching and doing truth sincerity. Shalom.